feel like that's going to be the wave. And then we could just kind of cut around and about. But yeah, so first thing I needed to check was it gave me the BPM was 91, so I knew to put it in as such. Um, the other thing that I was not given straight off the bat was the key. So we had to figure that out. I just threw auto key on the master. I didn't route anything yet. And we're finding that's F major, so I'll need to remember that. So I might just keep auto key open just in case I forget, because I'm not perfect. I know y'all aren't either. So I just loaded everything in and threw them in here. I usually like to leave about a 1-track space between separate vocals, and also right now I'm just trying to skim through and figure out what each layer here is actually doing, especially since it comes in as a solo track here, and then we have some layers here. So I kind of want to skim through before I get into anything crazy, and just kind of organize it. So we'll come back once I have it all organized, and you guys will see the difference. Okay, so we have things somewhat organized, and kind of put into different spots now, right? This one's an interesting one because it is a shorter track. It is just like a demo track. So we have lead vocals here, and out of these three, I just picked this one as the lead. I thought it sounded the best. Out of the three, they're the same, so I'm going to use these two as backgrounds. That's why I grouped them together. These are just like some ad-libby type things or vocal runs. This is just some underneath vocals that kind of stretch into the last half of the track. So I mean, you can go ahead and just rename, like, oh, this is going to be the leads here. I'll go ahead and do that, right? We'll just go ahead and throw in leads. I'm not going to go ahead and color code this. There's not too much for me to do. If there's a lot more layers and different things, that's something that I might want to do, is color code them, ad libs, runs. But here it's not necessary really to do so. Okay, and the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come in and route all of these to different things. So the way I like to do it, and some of you engineers might hate me for this, is I'll go ahead and I'll just route the beat to 1, because I think, quite honestly, it's going to make it nice and easy for me to work with it and remember where it is. So I do it like this because there's not that many tracks here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vocal tracks here that we need to work with. So what I'll do next is the first track that came in is the leads. So I'm just going to go ahead and route them. I'm going to use Control L to route that to 2, and I'll remember where that one is specifically, and this is just going to make it nice and organized for me to go ahead and double click this, remembering that that's on 2. This is the other one I'm using as a lead. I'm going to route that to 2 as well. And now I see that I spaced things out a little bit, right? I did this for a reason. So I'm using a 2-track space on this track. You might need more depending on how many different buses and things that you want to use on the leads, on the backgrounds, whatever. But for this one with the ad libs, right, those sections, I'm going to go ahead and route this to 5. I'm going to leave 2 tracks in there in the middle for me to be able to work around. So I'm going to use 5 for that one, and we're going to use 5 for the same one. If we need to go back and change that later on, maybe we don't like the sound we're getting, we can go ahead and do that. We're also going to leave another 2-track space here for the backgrounds. So I'm going to go right to 8 with this one. And with the backgrounds, it's different. So I'm going to want 8 and 9 for this. But we did leave space for the same thing here with these libs, that we could just kind of, if we want them on separate tracks, maybe they're not sounding the same, we can go ahead and do that. For this one, I'm thinking we're at 8 and 9 now. I left a 1-track space. These are just like some underneath. I don't think I'm going to need to do too many different crazy things to it. So I might just be able to get away with 1 chain on this. And that would kind of be overkill as is. if I did a full chain, so I might just give me some space to work with any other things I want to work with, and go to 14 with this one. But now we need to go back and remember. So we have 2, 5, 8, and 9, and 14. So when I hit Control L, what that did was it routed this here. I don't like the name of it, but it gave it a nice little color, and that saved me time doing that. Now let's go ahead and listen to the track before we went to go mix it.
It's that fuck shit, high at the party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoes that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here is spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only thing God got me was an IOU, and my mama ain't raised no fool around me, and bury me with my chains on. Cold day in here, I'm walking in with my shades on. Gotta give heaven just some more shit to hate on. How you punish me for some shit you made on? I digress.
Holding on to the things I know. Save my soul, Lord, I wish you could. But every night the waves get stronger. Keep me deep in the tide for longer.
Yeah, and then there's these backing vocals over here. You guys get the idea.
I can say is I need you, I need you. I need you. I need you. I need you. I need you, I need you. I need you. I need you.
And you can hear why I'm confused of what these are doing now, just because of how set back in the mix that they are. Yeah, so that's what the track sounds like before. All right, let's get to it. Let's get down to business with this mix. So the first thing that I want to do right off the bat, if I scroll up here, there's the beat, is I want to turn the beat off, and I also want to go ahead, and I left spaces here for a reason, right? And we see all the names in here. Hopefully makes it nice and easy for you. Now that I think about it, I might just go in here and just give these colors so that you can see where the recording tracks are. I'm gonna go ahead and route this to the track right next to it. It's gonna be route to this track only. And yeah, let's get into it. So first we're gonna get into the clarity things and also some other things that I prefer to do. I would like to start this chain off because I could just hear it already that they're sounding a little bit thin to me. I love this plugin here, and it's a free one for you guys. If you guys don't use it on your mixes already, make sure to hop on the wave. It's Ozone Imager 2. There it is. I got way too many plugins, I know. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this up to about 25%. Oh, 25%. I'm gonna leave this feature off for now. But yeah, I'll explain what this does later on. You're not gonna hear it at first. Also, what I'm gonna do is I kind of just want to get these vocals down first. So I'm gonna go ahead and just loop a section of it for when we start playing around with it. So that way it's
high at the party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoes that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon'
doesn't
save
sound like
her?
it's doing a lot right now.
I need my rescue too, and everybody here is spiraling.
It is bringing them to life a little bit.
To tell the truth?
The next thing that I'm gonna do, and this is something that I prefer to do before I even go into tuning, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to use a compressor. I'm going to use this Pro C EQ, and there's this really good, for y'all that are new to using it and you're not very sure how to use ratio, threshold, like all these different features, right? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick out one of these and just play around and see what sounds best. I honestly think that here we're gonna want some control. Straight off the bat, I'm gonna go with a little bit of control and see how that sounds. If I don't like it, Then we can pick out another one.
Fuck shit, high at the party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoe said hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do?
I actually do like that. I think it's gonna be nice. It's not overdone as well, and I kind of did like the sound that we were getting there straight off the bat. The next thing we're gonna go do is we're gonna actually do the tuning. I use Auto Tune Pro. Again, maybe I'll make a little free chain and show that at the end of the video for y'all that don't have access to these plugins. So thinking back, we said our key was F major, right? There we go. The only two things you really need to play around with in here is the retune speed and the humanization feature. You can use some of the other features for different things, but I find that I like to do those things and those processing effects in other ways. I don't like to do it with the tuning, especially since we didn't really get down to business with the whole clarity aspect of things yet. So I'm gonna start at like 26 with the retune speed. I don't think it needs too much. And humanization, let's go like 30. It's just something I'm kind of feeling with his vocals right now. So let's see how that sounds.
Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoe said hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only this that fuck shit, high at the party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoe said hit that.
So if I were to go like 0 retune speed on this, see how that would sound.
Passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too.
Way too much. So now I'm kind of feeling like we're at 16. The humanization will help with the skipping a little bit, but I'm actually kind of like.
And everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only this that fuck shit, high at the party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoe said hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do?
Where this is at with his. Alright. So now that we got the tuning in there, what are we missing already off the bat? It's an EQ. So I'm gonna pull up. I like the Fab Filter one. However, I think for the sake of this video, it's going to be more beneficial if I show you the Fruity EQ. So we'll go ahead and I need to find it. I haven't used it in a while. There it is, Paramedic EQ. So yeah, we'll use the FL EQ here. First thing I already want to do is I want to take out about 200. Not always 200 hertz, but I also want to boost the low end a little bit. And I'll show you guys what I mean when I'm talking about this. The first thing I want to do is I want to do some seaming, see where there's some harsh frequencies after this step. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see.
High at the party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoe said hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue.
Yeah, so that sounds pretty good. For that initial EQ, that's pretty good. This could even just be like, there we go. I don't like to be too harsh with it, because that takes a lot of the natural sound, especially with rap. Like, you don't need to be crazy harsh with it unless you're going for a really boxy style of rap. After that, now it's those S sounds. Those things are popping out at me.
Too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth?
So immediately what I'm thinking now is I like to use Pro DS. Right. There's ways to do it, and I'll send like at the end I'll show you like a good chain for lead vocals with all FL Studio stuff. But just for the sake of the video, I do want to use Pro DS to show you how this looks, and why it's so great and why it saves me so much time.
Truth and get the devil to do. Only This that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only this that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only this that fuck shit, high at the party.
So this is what it sounded like
Fucked up
before.
the function, and at the kickback,
And then I add the DS in there.
junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon'
Sounds
save
a
her?
lot more clear. We
I
still
need
have like these moments where you could hear some differences in the mic and some booms and some different things. We can go ahead and fix that later, but I kind of want to get our sound down on this main chain right here. So the next thing that I want to bring in is another compressor. I'm thinking that's going to really bring things to life. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use Pro C2 again. I think it's one of the best compressors for vocals. If anybody else has a favorite, let me know. There's some other compressors that work great for different things, but this compressor is like all around great for vocals.
my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only
So we're just going to play around again. I'm not sure specifically what I want yet. I'm thinking something more like punchy. I like this Pro voice preset, right? There's not a lot with compressors where you can go wrong. There are a lot of ways you can go wrong with a compressor, but if you're using presets on a Pro plugin like this, there's not a lot that can go wrong. So let's just, for sake of time as well, see how this sounds.
and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only
I like this better.
that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do?
I like that a lot. Yeah, so there's that. And now we can move on from there. And I like to do this on all my mixes, right? Hopefully you guys utilize noise gates to your advantage. So if you guys don't know how to do it, this is the best way that this is honestly the way that I've been doing it for a while. So it's the way I'm going to do it now. I'm going to go ahead and use a noise gate on the vocals here. So the way you do this is, you see it says noise gate over here on the right, your limiter. Turn the gain all the way down. I like my relativity to be about right here, to make things simple. And then I start my threshold up here and work it down to see where it sounds best and where it's not taking too much away.
Up the function, and at the kickback.
And what this line is doing is, so anytime you see the form here dip underneath that yellow bar, you'll see this line come down. It'll take that noise out. So it'll take out like inconsistencies in between vocals, and instead of filling that space with background noise that we don't want, we'll be able to utilize this space later to bring some flavor to the vocals.
Host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only this that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only this that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback.
The wet effects. But so the next thing that fresh air is the next thing that I'm going to throw on. I want to give this some high-end sparkle. I really want this thing to shine a little bit more, because right now it's sounding a little bit depressing. So let's
the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you to tell the truth and get the devil to do? Only this that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling.
I like it right there. The next thing that I'm going to throw on now is a compressor, and this is just for leveling reasons, really. And this is really just going to bring the other compression we have going on, which is, if you were paying attention, the first one was very slight. The second one was kind of just controlling different levels of things. It wasn't too aggressive. So we have two compressors. We don't need to go overboard with this. I'm thinking for a haze, some punchy vocals are going to sound good, right? Let's hear.
It's that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil is due? Only it's that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil is due? Only it's that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil is due? Only it's that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling.
I think the punchy is going to sound really good when we turn the beat on. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put another EQ on here, right? We only have one in there at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Pro Q, and we could just throw, there's this great preset in here, and just for the interest of time, we'll just throw that and see how it sounds. And we'll just play around with it maybe a little bit.
Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil is due? Only it's that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil is due? Only it's that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my...
Alright, so we have no wet effects on here yet. And alright, so this is what it sounded like before the wet effects that I just threw on.
The function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you, to tell the...
Alright, and then first thing I did was threw Saturn 2 on there. If you open it up, it looks like this. You get some nice things you could play around with. Distortion and saturation plugin. Let's hear how it sounds with the Saturn on it.
Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie host that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth?
Alright, so that's how it sounds with that. And then I added some delay. If I open it up, you'll see all the things that I did in here. This is free delay 3. I don't always use that, but for this, I think it's great for y'all that only are working with free plugins to see how we kind of manipulated it here. First thing to notice is in the output section, I didn't mess around with the dry at all. I messed around with the wet. And I also have the delay model in mono, because I think it's going to sound best with the way that we have the chain kind of going right now. And I also turned this down a little bit. I just kind of played around, mix it as I was listening. So you can do that as well to get the sound that you want. We have a high pass filter on it over here in this section. We also, in the feedback section, messed around with the level of the feedback and with the cutoff knob as well. So those are two things that you should definitely mess around with when you're putting delay onto vocals. The next thing that we did is, if you look in the feedback distortion, we turned these fun things. If you don't know what they mean, does not matter. Trying to get this. If you mess around with the knee, it'll do so. If you mess around with the level, it'll mess with that as well. Symmetry as well. Yeah, so we got some cool effects from that you guys will hear. So let's hear it on the track.
High at the party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoe said hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and
So it's a little bit dirty, and that's kind of the idea here, that they're sitting so far behind that it's not really playing into the lead vocals, right? You can do that if you're trying to go for more of like an upfront delay effect or some delay automation. You're going to want to put like a noise gate or a limiter on a side chain for that automation. But in this case, I didn't think that was going to be necessary, so we did it this way. Sounds great. And then vintage verb, you guys might be surprised where I'm at with that. I'm at about 8% into the mix. And always mess around with the slow cut here, slow cut knob. I like to use, for this one I was messing around. I like to use the plates with Valhalla. I think they sound great. This is A plate. We can even add a little bit more decay if we wanted to. Yeah, but I kind of like where this is at. You can mess around with everything in here. You can't really go too far wrong with it, as long as you're using your ear, right? You want it to sound natural though. But this is a setting that I use a lot. Let's hear how it sounds with that.
party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoe said hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here is spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil his due? Only
Adds a lot of depth. Okay, and now let's hear it with the beat. How we sound with the beat now. We have some wet effects on here.
it's that fuck shit, high at the party, fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoe said hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here is spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil his due? Only it's that fuck shit, high at the party.
Alright, so I did like a very simple mix on these backgrounds, just to kind of
What?
I don't know. I wanted them to play with the leads a little bit more, but I think the lead is fine how it is. Could use some different tuning elements, and we're going to do some different things in a bit with them, but this is how I got them sounding.
Holding on to the things I know. Say my soul, Lord, I wish you could. But every night the waves get stronger. Keep me deep in the tide for longer. I never thought I'd be right here. On my knees crying out through the tears.
Digress.
So how we did that, how we fixed that. So all I did here was I just took the lesser version auto-tune because I didn't want to kill my there's no need for me to go crazy on that. Humanization all the way up. Just did some medium F major tuning. And then I just went and threw a de-esser on here. Pro DS again, all around though, since I have two tracks, on there. Mess around with the range a little bit. And the way that it's with the stereo mix on it as well. Just like messed around with there's some different knobs in here. You don't need to know everything about that. But yeah, and then with the EQ, I got a little funky, right? I like to do that on my backgrounds. So I cut out a lot of high range and a lot of low range, where I found that in the low range there was a lot of different noises going on that are also going on with the lead vocals, that with the lead vocals we couldn't really take out because we need those low end sounds to fill out the vocals. So I took them out of the backgrounds here from 200, but scaled it up a lot more, and then I also boosted a little bit here and up at the front area, but I didn't go too harsh with it. I got funky with it, but not too harsh, and I could have even took out more if I really wanted to, but we did not need to do that. And then a little bit reverby. I thought that sounded good. This should be up here. It's gonna sound a lot better. But yeah, and they're sitting so subtly in the mix here, right? If I play it. So they're there, but they're not overpowering like the lead is here. I feel like the lead here is very overpowering now. Let's just
Holding on to the things I know. Say my soul, Lord, I wish you could. But every night the waves get stronger, keep me deep in the tide for longer. I never thought I'd be right here, on my knees crying out through the tears.
Digress.
Yeah, so pretty good. The way that they're sounding now, not perfect. All right, for this particular track, I had to cut around and I cut some things out here. Like I took this main lead out towards the end here. For these as well, and I moved these from the track that I had them on originally, found out where I wanted them, and I did do these ad-libs as well, but I mixed them the same as these, and I think it sounds pretty nice. Let me just give you context of what I clipped around and what I kind of figured out from the mess of vocals that we did have on this last section of the track, because there were some timing issues and some other things. So let's just hear it from this point on and see how it flows in. So yeah, that's how we sorted it out. How did I get these albs down here to sound that way and up here to sound that way is probably your question. How did I mess around with those? And stylistically, I just decided to take out the leads there at that certain part to create ambience, because I felt like it was just getting repetitive, and all the different sounds were clashing. So what I did first was I took these ad-libs and I routed them to this track only, like we did before. I used this version of Autotune in order to get the sound that we were looking for, right? You can see it's very similar, 30, 22. I like to keep them a little similar so that way we get some cool sounds. And this one I did decide to go with all stock plugins, just to showcase what you're able to do. First EQ is looking like this, very funky, very different. Second one, we threw Fruity Compressor on here. You could see where what's going on here. We're doing a lot. But then we got Maximus on here as well. Little cool settings that we got going on here. That probably took me the longest to figure out. Yeah, and then we just got another noise gate on here. Very subtle. This one very subtle. Didn't want it to do too much. And then we have a simple EQ here just to get some of that high end out of there, right? Because it was coming through a lot after what I did to it with these free stock plugins. Yeah, and then there's just some simple distortion going on here. Nothing too out of pocket. And then we have another compressor. This one is a harder compressor. I'm trying to tame these to a certain extent. And once you do all those things, you'll get this sound.
Hey, let me float and let it go. I wish I...
Oh, that's with the wet effects as well. I also use stock plugins for that. That's on this chain here. Simple stuff, kind of doing the same thing I was doing before, a little bit of a different shape down in the feedback distortion area. Decided not to go to high pass on this one, but a lot less feedback, a little more tame on the cutoff. Same thing with the output area here, and I just went straight up with the delay here. As you can see, that works ping pong style this time. Took some of the stereo away, and yeah, then we have reverb here as well. This is the stock FL plugin. The most important part here is the decay right here when you're using this plugin and fishing around and kind of getting that vocal sound that you want, right? You just need to play around with all these different knobs. Not so much in this region, that's less important. Here, low cut, the high cut feature. This area as well, you can see what I did, no dry, all wet, for this particular one. But you could see how much of it we have mixed into the mix as well. The decay, damp, and other features we played around with. And that's how we got that cool sound.
Hey, let me float and let it go. I wish I...
And that matches the lead a
Waves
little
get
bit.
stronger, keep me deep in the tide for longer.
Hold me down.
I never thought I'd be right here,
Right now.
on my knees crying out through.
See, it's like different in certain ways. The next thing I'm going to do, though, with this entire mix, right, because we already played how it sounded, is now I want to go back and I want to listen through. And what I'm listening for is I'm going to listen to it with the beat now. Some different automations that I can do to kind of make this thing pop a little bit more. The more I listen to it, the less I like the beat on this. But yeah, so I went in and did some automations here. I like to use some 4-mod shifting. I like little altar boy here a little bit. I didn't do anything too crazy, just some settings here that I did, right? I just threw it on the lead recording right here. It shouldn't come in like that, but okay. We shall see. Maybe I need to just, sometimes what you need to do, and I need to do this more and not forget, is you just create an automation clip right at the beginning like I have throughout, and just level it down to 0 so it's not affecting the other vocals on the track up until the point where it's being used. Sometimes it works like this, sometimes it doesn't. FL's iffy with it, but you'll hear what I did. And I also did some low octave layers and some different things, or I did something here just to show off it's a higher octave layer. So what I did was I just basically hovered over here, and then went to the leads. I did consolidate track from time selection, and then I just moved it on time to the left. And if you click here, you see what I did. I pitched it all the way up, and that was pretty much it. But just to give you an idea of some different sounds you can use throughout your mixes to kind of spice things up, here we go. So now here we go. Here's the final project after I mastered it. I was going to show you guys how I did the chain and everything on the master, but yeah, some secret sauce.
It's that fuck shit, high at the party. Fucked up the function, and at the kickback, junkie hoes that hit that. She passing party favors, who gon' save her? I need my rescue too, and everybody here spiraling. How about you, to tell the truth and get the devil his due? Only thing God got me was an IOU, and my mama ain't raised no fool, well, yeah. And bury me with my chains on. Cold day in here, I'm walking in with my shades on. Gotta give heaven just some more shit to hate on. How you punish me for some shit you made wrong, I digress. I don't know. In the ocean, let it go. Let me flow. Hey, let me flow.
Holding on to the things I know.
And let it go.
To my soul, Lord, I wish you could.
I wish I.
But every night the waves get stronger. Keep me deep in the tide for longer.
Hold me
I
down.
never thought I'd be right here.
Right now.
On my knees crying out through the team. When the lights run low, all that I can say is I need you, I need you. I need you. I need you. I need you.
Yeah, so there we go. That's it.